I am Joel Chazen, the Rabbi of Montefiore. Marsha and Lou came a few times to Montefiore. Marsha very conscious of her parents, of loved ones, and came to be part of our small congregation to say Kaddish. I'll share the traditional words, a valiant wife, Eshet Chayil, a valiant wife who can find her value is far above rubies. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and nothing does he lack. She renders him good and not evil all the days of her life. She opens her hand to the needy and extends her hand to the poor. She cheerfully faces whatever may come. And in truth, Marsha faced a relentless cancer. And we have to say, Lou and the family, sometimes life is unfair. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue are words of loving kindness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. A modern poem. If there are any heavens, my mother, all by herself, will have one. It will not be a pansy heaven or a heaven of lilies of the valley. It will be a heaven of black red roses. And my father, standing there, and with hands which whisper, "This is my beloved," he will bow, and the whole garden will bow. To the family and to the wonderful grandchildren, you all have lost a beautiful and special person. Marsha Murad, a loving wife. Lou, you were so fortunate for 50 years, close to 51 years. An amazingly devoted mother to Steve and Jill, doting grandmother to Deegan, Callie, Lexi, Abby, Remy, and Corbin, and to Jenna. Jenna, we know your deep feelings for Grandma. To Jenna, Brandon, Kaylee. Excuse me, sorry. She was amazingly positive, always inspiring and encouraging to you, Steve, and to you, Jill. Jill, you bonded with your mother so closely. Like your mother and grandmother Ruth, you too are endlessly giving. without a break. And this is so much appreciated in your family. Your kids will honor you the way you honor Marsha. Steve, you emphasized how you spoke to Marsha multiple times a day, every day, telling you she wished you a good day, pushing you to succeed. Can we say your mother was the wind beneath your wings? What mother could do more? We have to acknowledge Marsha was simply a loving woman, exceptionally positive and loving to all of you. Steve and Jill, and to her own parents, Meyer and Ruth, and a wonderful Aunt Goldie. The world was lucky to have someone like your mother, like Marsha, on this earth. Born just 69 years ago, the older of two, born to Meyer and Ruth Bernstein. I should mention she leaves also a dear brother, Neil, sister-in-law, Janice, who, like yourselves, dearly loved Marsha. And to Neil and Janice, we so appreciate your traveling and the gifts of your presence and support to the family. Lou, Marsha was your wife, and you were lucky to have her. You worked hard your whole life. You had a very demanding business, but you also knew that you could come home and have the comfort and love and compassion that Marsha always gave. And Lou, you have to go forward in life. Your life is not over. You have a living family that holds you dear and only wants your love and attention. Lou, you also have a vital son, Steve, who takes after you. How? He loves motorcycles and has a lot of your gifts and traits. And Lou, you have a wonderfully loving daughter, Jill, and a family, again, that loves you. There's more about Marsha and her legacy, her lasting gifts. Steve, you said you never heard your parents argue. I'm afraid I failed that test. And I don't need to tell you, Steve, how wonderful what you just said to me is. Jill and Steve, you both grew up, loved, and protected, and learned forever the closeness of family. Jill, you said your quality of giving you took from your grandmother, Ruth. That was Grandma's legacy. You both were so blessed, and even though geography might separate you, as brother and sister, try to stay close. That would be Marsha's wish. You both talked to me how in growing up, your friends loved your mother. They felt, in Steve's words, that Marsha was super cool. Let's go over to the Murads, you know. You and Jill grew up in a fun household, and Marsha was welcoming to the whole neighborhood. Steve, you expressed to me how exceptionally giving your mother was. I want you to do well. I want you to succeed. I love you. Just have a good day. This is your mother's eternal blessing to each of you. Jill, Steve, Lou, but also, I'm sorry if I've neglected Neil and Janice, loving brother and sister-in-law. May Marsha's memory always be a source of strength and infinite compassion, and may her memory be blessed. Yehei Zichra Baruch. Marsha leaves a large family, many friends, a devoted and bereaved husband, Lou, son Steve, married to Anne, and their happy and bustling family, Deegan, Callie, Lexi, Abby, Remy, and Corbin. Daughter Jill, married to Mark, and your loving children, Jenna, Brandon, Kaylee. And Jenna, you told me how Marsha always placed others before herself. After the service is completed shortly, we will proceed to the cemetery to Mount Olive. Family then will return to Jill and Mark's home in Aurora, 90 Yorkshire Drive, 90 Yorkshire in, quote, Yorkshire Estates. I'd be happy to receive so many well-wishers and dear friends. They'll receive well-wishers until 8 o'clock tonight. Life isn't always fair. Marsha fought. She wanted to live. She never complained. We at Montefiore value Marsha and Steve. Marsha and Lou. The several times you came. And hopefully, Jill, if you wish, please come to Montefiore for our service. Would everyone kindly rise for the traditional prayer? Malei rachamim, shochen bamromim. Hamtzei menucha nechona tachat kanfei hashchina. B'malos kedoshim utahorim. Kezorakia mazrim et nishmas. Malka bas Meir v'Rachel shelcha leolama. Began Eden menuchasa. Anabal harachamim. Hastira beseder kanafecha leolamim. V'titzro betrachem et nishmasa. Adonai, Adonai hunachlasa, v'sanuach b'shalom al mishkava, v'nomar amen. And so we say, dear God, you are full of mercy and compassion. Give all of us strength to sustain this loss. And may you grant perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the pure soul of Marsha Murad. Marsha Bernstein Murad, who's gone to her eternal home. And Master of Mercy, we beseech you, remember all the worthy and righteous deeds that she performed in the land of the living. May her soul be bound up in the bonds of life. May she rest in peace. Amen. We'll take a few minutes. The congregation can be seated. We'll take a few minutes to get coats on and then to proceed. Those who are pallbearers, come forward when you can.